The T-57 Heavy is an American Tier 10 tech tree autoloader. It's a vehicle known for dumping out 1,200 damage in just a short matter of 5 seconds. And as this is a heavy tank carrying 374mm of pen, a fairly accurate gun, and some of the best aiming time paired with on-movement dispersion values you can find, it's a pretty deadly tank when it comes to that gun. That's really all this tank is, because the armor profile actually got nerfed a bit in Update 9.1. Its hull armor got worse, its turret armor got a bit better. To me, I don't really see that as a huge nerf because the hull on this tank should be weak, but the turret, oh boy, yeah, the turret, it's not necessarily hard to pen, it just got a lot more troll. If you hit any of the weird wonky red spots on the turret, you will bounce, and it will be very painful to watch your shell bounce as the T-57 Heavy puts on its newly buffed shell reload boost and clips you for 4 seconds, dealing 1,200 damage. Yeah, I don't know why Wargaming gave shell reload boost to autoloaders. It's basically an extra like 300 DPM for that clip because you get the shells out, what, 2 seconds faster in total? So it's a pretty big DPM buff. And then if you add that on with the fact that Wargaming already gave this tank more DPM this update for some reason, now sitting at 3,116 DPM compared to the 2,900 it had previously, yeah, that's a pretty big buff as well. So the 57 Heavy got a lot of changes. The biggest one that a lot of people are looking at is the turret traverse, nerfed by 13 degrees. Is that actually going to ruin the vehicle, or is it fine? Honestly, it doesn't really make much of a difference. The turret traverse on the T-57 Heavy was the fastest in its class, at around like 40-something degrees a second, which is pretty insane when you realize that most heavy tanks can't even turn at 40 degrees a second. And as you'll notice here, this turret traverse is still completely fine. There are people that will probably complain, but my same argument I've always made is this is a heavy tank. It's not a medium, it's not a light. This tank shouldn't have light tank turret traverse speeds. 4,005, are you? Okay. Anyway, but yeah, this tank shouldn't have turret traverse speeds equivalent to mediums. It should have turret traverse speeds equivalent to heavies. It shouldn't snap tanks across the map instantly. It should have to actually turn its turret and, you know, do things that other heavies do. So we're going to make our way into the front line. Hopefully we don't get shot because of my teammate kind of stopping me there for a solid couple seconds, but here we go. All right, nice. Nothing too bad in front of us. We got the Skoda T-50, and there's 1 shell. 2 shells, and he's dead. Okay, nice. There goes 1 tank on the enemy team. 15 more seconds, and we'll have another clip ready. That, right there, is a perfect example of why you don't mess with the T-57 Heavy. So there's the Type 71 spotted. I'm just going to back up because I don't really want to deal with that right now. We're obviously going to wait for my clip to load in, and then we got like the 4202 off to the side, and we missed one. Unfortunate, but we can get the second one in, and we can get the third one in. There you go. Nice 800 damage into his vehicle, and again, this is just the 57 Heavy doing 57 things. 10 more seconds, we've already got our clip loaded again. Do you notice how quick this reload is? I mean, I don't really know why it needed a reload buff. I have no clue why Wargaming gave it a reload buff, but definitely a bit of a weird decision. So we got the Type 71 over here. I'm kind of waiting for him to pull forwards. That way we can pull over this corner and bounce him once, but at least we can get our second shell in, and we can get our third shell in, which is another 650 damage, the same as a Tier 10 tank destroyer. I mean, it's still pretty insane. Alright, well, let's just sit here. 8 more seconds, we'll have our shells ready again. And, yeah, if this Type 71's still sitting there, he's probably not going to enjoy it all too much. So let's make our way on up. We got the Boss Shotgun 25-ton. We got the Scent 7-1. And, well, let's just keep on going. There's the Type. Come on, speed. E50M is getting a little bit bullied, but I don't think it's anything too much to worry about, because we're just going to pull around this corner here. We're going to load heat. We're going to bounce the first one. Type 71 does have that ridiculously strong frontal armor, but even though it's got strong frontal armor, it's, wow, I mean, I just hate the Type's armor, I'm gonna be real. That thing is so hard to pen sometimes. Oh boy, Wargaming really needs to nerf that tank. Like, I think the Type is fantastic, but it should have a weaker lower plate. Like, you can see there, he just slightly angles his lower plate down, and even 374mm of heat pen couldn't pen it. I mean, that's dumb. But either way, we still got a full health mouse over here, so hopefully we can get 1 clip into him. I'm just going to be heading full speed towards his vehicle. I think we can get there at least in a decent speed, and if we put on our super duper shell reload boost, we can get 1 pen into his tank, we can get 2 pens into his tank, and we can get 3 pens. There you go. So, not a bad game at all. We were able to deal 3,700 damage. We still have 1,600 health left. I mean, this game just showcases the 57 Heavy, and if we had penned those shells on the Type 71, then we would have easily done over 4K as well. So the 57 is truly an amazing vehicle when it comes to the DPM output capabilities, especially now that you also have that little bit of a fallback that if somebody tries to rush you, you can get out your damage in like 4 seconds, which is just stupid. Actually, I think it's quicker than 4. It's like 3.5 with shell reload boost. So what does the enemy team have this time? They got an E100, they got a 57 Heavy, another 57 Heavy, and a E75. Okay, we have... oh no. Ah, yes. I'm in a Concept 1B. Let me drive on town. Yes, don't you know that frontal lower plate and upper plate nerf, or just the upper plate nerf by 15 millimeters is going to affect the tank? Well, it is when you've got players like that. These are the kind of people that buy the concept thinking it's overpowered, and the enemy team is doing the same thing. Okay, then. Well, I'm going to get a bounce. Remember I talked about the frontal armor on the 57 being dumb? This is a perfect example right here of the frontal armor being dumb on the turrets. Now, unfortunately, we lost 800 health because something else shot us as well. I think the other 57 got a shell in, which sucks. And if our team doesn't push this within the next, I don't know, 30 seconds, we're going to be flanked very quickly. So I'm going to start pushing off to the side over here, and maybe I can get some shells in. No clue. Let's see. Oh, that's a Hori, and I hate Horis, so even though the dude's going to shoot me, I'm going to get at least 827 damage back into his vehicle, which is still a dub. I mean, sure, the Hori hurts, but you know what? Dude's already got less health than we do. I really hate that tank destroyer, so I might as well take advantage of it while I can. So, let's see. We got 8 more seconds left on our clip. Our team is slowly pushing through, which is better than not pushing at all. We've got 2 more seconds until we get a shell, and hopefully this U100 is going to showcase his turret, which he did once, but obviously once is not enough. We also got the 57 all the way into the back, who looks to be AFK. Let's get 1 shell into him, and might as well get the second out as well, judging that we literally can't shoot at anybody else. But we're doing fine so far. We just got to reload, 10 more seconds, and we should be able to get our clip in. So 8, 7, 6, 5, let's keep on going. 3, 2, 1, and there you go. That is our full clip loaded in. We weren't able to get a shell into you. Was able to get a shell into the enemy Hori, and in this moment, I'm probably going to die from the STB, but let's get 1 shell in at least, and let's start reloading that clip. This is not the best situation, but you know what? Because the STB is enough away from me that I can reload my clip, I'm just going to push on the STB, and I'm going to suicide it, because I think we can easily get a clip in. So here we go. We got 2 more seconds. Yes! Clip time, clip time. 1, 2, and 3. That is what I'm talking about. 1174. The dude somehow managed to bounce me again as well, which is pretty dumb. And that guy didn't pen me. We got killed by the STB. Either way, I mean, this was a pretty good game. The showcase, again, the 57 Heavy's clipping capabilities. I mean, sure, we didn't get every clip out, but just the amount of sheer DPM we could put out on that STB, literally bringing him from full health down to a one-shot, is pretty insane when you think about it. I mean, this game we probably did over 4K easily. Maybe 4,500, 4,497, oh, 4,800. I mean, did this game really seem like we did 4,800? No. This is why the 57 Heavy, in my opinion, is an overcooked take at this point. It didn't need the buffs, and Wargaming still buffed it. It should have stayed the same as it was. But either way, let me know what you guys think about this tank in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.